All right, traders, we're going to get into a market update. Let's go take a look and see what's going on our chart. We're looking at Bitcoin. We're going to look at all the main assets. I've got monthly highs and lows, I've got weekly highs and lows, and I've got fair value gaps, and I also have the 200 SMA, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the investment assets. EU50, gold. The Japanese stock market has been selling off once again, and we've had some sell off on US 100, US 2000, US 30, and US 5000 ahead of all-time highs. I didn't expect one straight move to the moon forever. That's not how it exists, how it works. What I am noticing, however, is relative strength on Bitcoin, where if we look at the investment assets the last 3 days, the stock market, 3 red days, one big red day and a couple small red days, Bitcoin is actually up on the 3 day. We had a green day, a red day that reversed it, and we had a green day. So that's one of the first things that I'm paying attention to if we look at relative strength is if I compare this to, say, US 100. It's been weaker than for a while, but all of a sudden, if we put it in this period, we've seen relative strength start to pop in. That might mean it might decline less. It might also mean it's set to possibly um, has a chance of reversal. Now, obviously, we're in a downtrend. We've been in a downtrend since March. Locally, we're in a downtrend. I'm always thinking counter sentiment. It can hurt me, it can help me, but that's what I think. So if we look at the funding rate, we'll also look at a couple things for sentiment. One is fear and greed. We're in fear. We've been in fear for a while. We can also look at Bitcoin news. I've just typed in BTC news and I said 75% correction ahead to hit $40,000. Bitcoin reversal. Well, Bitcoin hasn't moved. Actually, it's up on the 3 day. So we're seeing a lot of negativity. We'll look at the liquidation heat map. I mean, for the most part, longs have been majorly punished, and it's the shorts that are probably in danger. Look at the liquidations in the last 24 hours. It's the longs that have been stopped out. And if we look at funding, this has been like a serious negative funding event, and yet again at the bottom, funding went negative, leading to a pretty nice pump up. So now you can see I took yesterday off. I'm just coming in. I kind of wish I was there yesterday because when did this happen? I would have missed it anyways. Um, no, I would have been there for it on Tuesday coming in. It's all good. So let's take a look here. For longs, there are two areas that were interesting on my chart. Let's put it in replay mode. There's this low and there's this low. My feeling and opinion is this was such a major liquidation event. We're not going to take this anytime soon. Bitcoin has really changed. It's institutionalized. It's become, look how it trades now. I know this isn't forever, but there's ETF inflows, there's large players scaling in and out. I'm not expecting these massive reflexive down moves or up moves, because if you look at the largest assets in the world, let's look at largest assets, um, assets ranked by market cap. Bitcoin's number 10 at 1.145 trillion. It's just under Meta. I mean, there's room for it to double. There's not really room for it to 10x anytime soon. I don't think it needs to be bigger than Google or Microsoft, right? So it's already big, it's already established, and I'm not seeing why it needs to come down to take this. So there's two levels that I'm interested in trading long in September. The first one I had marked in my chart here, and the second one is the August low, but I'm willing to long before the August low. There's also this 4 hour gap in here, and my I had marked this up right here. Let's take them off replay. Orders. Do I still have it on there? No. I had a limit order right at 58,000 or 55,800. 55,800, which would have hit to the T, and I kind of wish I had kept. 55,800 would have filled. Um, it was a half a Bitcoin position, so it'd be up 1,000. It's okay. Now, let's take a look at what's going on here. So there's the most powerful signal is a sweep of a monthly low. The second most powerful signal, at least as far as what's on the chart, on the candlestick chart, is the sweep of is a sweep of a weekly low. I'm kind of ruling this monthly low out. It's too far away, which is why I'm really interested in the current price action. I'm interested in everybody saying September is going to be bearish. If we look at the total market cap swept this low, total 3, okay. Others, we look at the big ones, Solana is not wanting to go lower, at least XRP is staunch and stodgy. A lot of these are showing at least sweeps of this. It doesn't mean we cannot go lower, but it's something to pay attention to. We're also seeing Bitcoin dominance on the rise again, nearly at back to the highs. ETH BTC bleeding off. So my thought has been that, and I'm still thinking it's possible, it might not happen. I've been wrong so far, but Bitcoin could go back to all-time highs. And in going to all-time highs, it needs to put in a lower high and a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? It's had a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It's had one, send that 3 times before finally putting in a higher low than a higher high. Where would a higher low occur? This would be the only realistic place for a higher high to occur, okay? And where did we come? Just about into this golden pocket retracement. It doesn't have to happen, but if we have a higher high, it makes sense for it to happen here. Now, so let's drop down. What else do we need to look at? The funding rate. Yeah, I mean, also, again, we see it once again. This is the mark of a bottom. It doesn't have to be right here, but this is what tends to happen. Now, so we swept this. Look at the volume on this up move as well. Really significant volume came in today, or on this this move down here and the move up. Especially, I'm going to show you the up move had significant volume on it, right? As far as this range goes, not as much here, but there was really high volume spikes on this. We're looking at Coinbase right now. Let's go ahead and look at MEXC. I like to look at Bybit too. But what are we saying? Okay. So what should happen if this were to be the first higher high or lower low? It means that we shouldn't come down here. And really what it should mean is we should start respecting fair value gaps. It doesn't have to happen. I'm not saying that we should, but if it's a higher low, we would, right? Because what happens at the highest is we have these fair value gaps that get unfilled as price moves, right? All of a sudden, we've got bearish fair value gaps going unfilled. Maybe we come back and fill them later, but that's what happens. So if that's the case, The invalidation for this idea would be the bottom of this fair value gap right here at 56,665. That would be the invalidation. So then it might look like, again, perhaps could have got in. That would have been awesome if I had gotten in there. But sometimes even pulling the limit order, I get to see like, okay, this idea would have worked. It wouldn't be unreasonable to try to get an entry here, or try to get an entry here, and that way it would be real tight. Tomorrow's Thursday. Let's look at Forex Factory. I know that Friday is the jobs, right? Thursday. Thursday is jobs. Wednesday, okay. Through that Thursday. Non-farm. Non-farm. And FOC member Waller speaks. And let's go ahead and look. Okay. CPI is on Wednesday, which is always super random. PPI is on Thursday. Friday, when is the FOMC meeting? It's later this month, right? Wednesday. Okay, it's in a couple weeks. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm betting that these gaps survive and that we take 66,000, something like this. And if we take 66, we probably go higher, but I think this is where I'm going to start. Something like that. Okay. Want my stop to be, again, at the bottom of the higher time frame gap. The idea is this gap should hold. Or the idea is wrong. So I'm going to use the bottom of the 1 hour gap. 56,660. I'll say 56,660. And I'm looking at what? 66,000? Okay. I'm in airplane mode on this. 56,660. 66,000. Okay. Now, what would give me confidence to add on to this position? It would be, I would say if price takes one of these, I would be interested in adding, looking to add. Um, yeah, ETH looks pretty good to me too, actually. So if I were to structure ETH, same thing, I'd be looking for to take this high. it would maybe be something like, didn't leave as big gaps though. Something like that. And to take above this high. It's not really as clean. Yeah, maybe come up here, something like that. I think it would make sense to aim for a round number at that point, so 3,000, something like that. These are my ideas. But yeah, the risk reward on Bitcoin is looking cleaner and better. Yeah, again, I took yesterday off. I had the limit order at 55.8. Would have been awesome if I had left it, but all I would, yeah, I could have added an extra half here. Yeah, the problem is I took a long up here, which made me chicken out, but here we are. Okay, now this would be, I could have come in here. Probably wouldn't have added, but maybe I would have. Hard to say. We're here where we are now, and mm, I mean, to me, this is my stop's pretty tight, yeah, but this is the best area on the chart, or like best reaction to trade, other than all the way down here. I mean, I guess there's, yeah, I don't really, there's this one, but I'm not that interested in trading this one. I mean, I would, but there's no limit, obvious limit order. Yeah, that was a great place on the chart. So, anyways, happy trading, good luck, and much love. Peace.